What's going on, you guys? I'm back with another video. So I'm gonna start a new Discord server on my channel. Well, a new Discord server on Discord because I feel like with where I'm trying to go with my brand, I feel like it's best if I make a separate Discord server for those who watch my podcast, those who are fans of my poetry. I mean, it'll be more beneficial for that group of people than just making like a whole Discord server of everything because my original Discord server was meant for my Vidly followers originally, and because I have been so active in that community, I haven't really been posting much in that community. But most of those people in that community aren't really interested in my poetry necessarily. So the best option for me at the moment is to start my own server with my own another separate server, so that way I can promote my book better. That way I could talk more about my book and rather just, spamming, just won't feel like I'm just spamming stuff. I mean some of those people might be a little bit interested, but they're not super interested in what so I think that's the best option for me at the moment. So I will, definitely invite Sam Bennett since he's been on my podcast, before. I'll definitely invite him to the server. And maybe a few other people as well if you're interested. But but what I'm planning on doing with my server, I'm planning on making my podcast. Like I'm planning on making a voice channel, not a text channel. A text channel for like when we just want to talk about, you know, like general thoughts and ideas, and in a voice channel where we're gonna like do it strictly for like podcasting. So when I do my podcast, I could just like screen record with AZ screen recorder, and we could just use our voices and live stream to YouTube. So that's my plan, But if but of course, if screen recording on YouTube doesn't work out, I could always use my laptop. The reason why I don't use my laptop as much as I used to is because a laptop's been acting kind of weird lately, and and it's just like so heavy to just like so heavy. I mean to hold it, and I just prefer using a phone or my tablet because I'm mostly on those devices anyway when I'm like watching YouTube or whether I'm posting stuff on Instagram. So that's why I I've been doing my podcast via DU recorder versus just using Google Hangouts. But yeah, but yeah, if you have Discord, I will definitely, you know, definitely add me on Discord. My Discord tag is on the description below. Um, if you want to join my server, hit me up, and we could do a podcast together. Or if you're not ready to do a podcast yet, but you still want to be a part of the community, you could just just talk about you could just talk about like you said, you know, what how you feel about my channel. You could talk about um, your goals in life. You could talk about um, you know, we could talk about just a lot of different things, music, you know, our special interests, stuff like that. Because I want to make it fun for you guys as well. I don't want to just be about me. Like that's the thing about that's why I want to invite. That's why I like inviting people because I like to hear from different other points of view. Because if I just do a podcast by myself, I'm gonna more than likely just gonna talk about myself majority of the time, and that gets kind of old, and that kind of gets boring. Even though you guys like and appreciate my content, I know that you guys I know you guys want to have a say so. Like one of the biggest issues, um, one of the biggest issues, I've had doing hangouts is that when I'm really getting excited about a topic, it just feels like I'm like talking. It just feel like I'm always somebody's always getting left out, of the conversation. Like when I was doing my in the 2000s hangouts, um, you know, Rainbow always felt like she felt, you know, like she didn't have much to say, even though she was the main one, kind of like changing the subject, she always kind of felt like she was on the street. So that's why I like to. That's why I want to make sure that when I do my podcast, I'll make sure that you are interested when I have to say that you're interested in that we can agree on something that uh we have something that we both share in common because if I just talk about, again, because I know poetry is not something that everybody's interested into. So, but so I try to make it something that, kind of relates to what I talk about in my poems, but still, but it still relates to my brand, it still relates to my message. So that's why I like doing podcasts with Sam Bennett because Sam Bennett, we both Christians. We both enjoy the same types of music, and um, we both, are very, artistic. We both are very artistic, people. So like it makes sense for us to do a podcast together. Just talk about like our faith and whatnot. Not many people I can do that with. Because most people I do my hangouts and live streams with are, you know, you know, aren't Christians. So yeah. But if you are interested, let me know. This is Mario signing off.